All right, and welcome to another exciting boot camp training, Forex boot camp training done every Saturday. Typically put this up on my channel once a week on Saturday at 12 o'clock, just to give you guys some pointers, some strategies, an idea on how to read charts, what approach you should take, things of that nature. In today's session, we're just going to look at gold and make some predictions for next week. Um, so let's dive into the content. Um, for all those that are watching this through YouTube, of course, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, hit the bell notification button. That way you get notifications of future videos when I post them. But we're going to analyze gold and see what's going on with gold. And I'm going to do my strategy and share another strategy with you guys that you might find intriguing. It's actually, I'll show you that strategy now before I dive into analyzing gold. So it has to do with fundamental analysis. Now, what is fundamental analysis? Fundamental analysis is taking a look at the calendar. We're going to go to forexfactory.com, take a look at the calendar, and we're going to focus on the red folders, right? And this is going to be a very volatile strategy. So please pay close attention. But if you guys are trying to pass a challenge, and you're looking to make a quick couple of, $100, this is a great strategy for you. So let me share with you exactly what you need to do. Okay, so when you're looking at the calendar, you're going to focus on the red folders. Now, the red folders are high impact news when it comes to a currency pair, government, GDP, things of that nature. They make announcements based on these red folders. And if we look at what's today's date, the 22nd, let's look at next week real quick. And this can be found at forex.com, or you go to my website, click a button to look at the calendar at metrofxtraders.com. And you look at Monday. Let's look at Monday. Oh, they're not showing us next week. Let's see. It's Monday, the 24th. Okay. So I look for my favorite pairs to see if there's going to be any impact news on those particular days. So let's say Tuesday, February the 25th. Now, this is going to the strategy I'm going to share with you. You might want to rewatch the video, take notes on. So I'm looking at USD, right? USD at 10 a.m. is going to be the CB consumer confidence. Some news on this particular folder. So they make predictions as far as the previous, what numbers was reported the last time they made this news here, right? And forecast is this number right here. The actual number will be posted right next or in front of it. So when this news comes out at 10 o'clock, it's going to be a spike in the currency. Whether if it's positive news, it's going to spike up. If it's negative news, it's going to spike down. Okay. So let's say you're actually trying to pass two different challenges, right? Or you have two different live accounts, or two different demo accounts. So I want you to practice the strategy on your demo account first. Okay. Now, what you do is you go to the pair, which is USD. So USD is usually correlated with like NASDAQ. So my favorite pair is NASDAQ. So let's go to NASDAQ real quick. NAS 100, which is this one right here. See my favorites. Okay. And what you're going to do in this strategy, right before the news lets out. Okay. So let's say, let me give you an example. All right. Let's go to last week, Friday. Okay. Last week, Friday. So we had at 9:45, some news came out. Red flag news, the flash services PMI. Okay, as you can see, these were the forecasts, the actuals, but there was a negative number. So what do you think happened with a negative number? It shoots down. Okay, so you're going to go to the chart, right? And you're going to look at 9:45. We're going to back test this real quick. 9:45. Go to the chart. We're going to do the hourly. We're going to go to 9:45 on the 21st. So we're going to put in, look for 9:45, right? Here's 9:45. The 21st is Friday. You go to that area. And look what happened. The negative news caused all of this activity right here. So if you was anticipating this news to be negative, you would put a sell order in, and you could have rolled this all the way down to profitability. But the challenge, the strategy is this. Number one, you're going to put a buy and sell order at the same time in two different accounts. So I want you to do this in the demo account first, just to practice the strategy. Okay, so you're going to actually at 9:45, right? Maybe a couple of minutes before 9:45, right? You're going to put an order in. Let's say, let's do, let's get this right here, a short position, the candle previous, right? We're going to stretch it out to like a 1 to 3. That's a ratio I normally take or shoot for, a 1 to 3, right? And the stop loss is going to be above this area here. Just a little, if you look left, you look at the most previous high, that would be your stop loss right there. Okay. Now, as soon as 9:45 comes, or a minute before 9:45, you press sell. Okay. You press sell. Then the same thing will apply 9:43, 9:44, right? You're going to take the long position and you're going to do the same exact thing. You're going to enter there, put your stop right below the low here, right below here. Okay. And you're going to do another 1 to 3. So it can overlap, right? Now you got to do this in two separate accounts. Some brokers don't allow you to hedge a trade, meaning you can't put two of these on the same pair. So you have to have two separate accounts, right? So you're going to stretch this out to 1 to 3, just like the other one. 1 to 3, right there. Okay. Now, one of them's going to hit, right? One of them's going to hit, the other one's not. Okay. So you're going to weigh out how much you're going to lose and how much you're going to gain, right? So this could be like a 1 to 3 as well. So this is a 1 to 3. Is it a 1 to 3? Hold on, let's see. 1 to 3. You could have got more than a 1 to 3, but I'm just gonna teaching you a quick strategy. It's 1 to 3, so I don't know why this one looks bigger than that one, but anyway, this is a strategy. You're gonna enter exactly at 9:45, and you're gonna put two orders in. One for a buy going up, the buy order. This is going to be a sell order. Okay. It should be the same exact size, but let me try something. Clone that. Delete this. It should be the same exact size. But I want that's a short, I want a long position. I don't know why this, I guess it's the way it is. So you shoot for 1 to 3 on the upside. 3 on the upside, and the 1 to 3 on the downside. Okay. But as you can see, on the downside, the sell order, it hit your TP. I'm trying to get exactly at 3, but it's on it, but you get the gist. All right. This is what you're going to do. You're going to place both of these orders in at the same time. One for a buy, one for a sell. Okay. Now, when it starts to go in your direction, you got to close out the buy immediately, or else, you know, it's gonna buy. No, this is a sell. You're gonna close out the buy immediately because you're gonna pretty much be losing money. So you're gonna close out the buy immediately as soon as you see it goes in your direction. Okay. All right. So you're gonna close this one out. This is no longer valid. You're gonna keep this going. Now, if you place one order for a sell, you would have hit profit, right? Because it went in your direction. But you already know based on that red folder, right? The numbers, because we're back testing. It was a red folder, negative numbers at 9:45 came out. So that's why the market tanked. Okay, so this is a fundamental strategy, fundamental analysis based on news. You can do that with any pair. Pick your favorite pair, go to the Forex factory, look at the calendar, focus on the red folders. Now, like I said, it's a very volatile strategy because this pretty much happened within 2 hours because each candle you see here is an hour long. Okay. So one, two candles, it hit your take profit and you're able to walk away with some money in the bag. Okay. So that's a really cool strategy that you guys could practice. Okay. With the red folders. Okay. Now, excuse me. My other strategy, you do the same thing at 9:30 every single day with NAS 100 because at 9:30 every single day there is a spike, either whether an upside, let's do like Wednesday, Thursday, the 20th at 9:30, and I'm going to show you what the spike looks like. And when I came across the strategy, another YouTube influencer, I got really excited because I was like, you know what? I never really thought to place two orders in at the same time when there's a spike, right? So the 9:30 open is a spike. It'll either shoot up or shoot down. So I'm gonna go ahead and erase this and show you 9:30 on Thursday the 20th. So Thursday the 20th, you see there's a spike at 9:30. So let's go ahead and mark that out, okay? Because this is typically done with my 1 minute strategy. So this bar right here, this candle opened up at 9:30 and it spiked downward, okay? So let's go to the 1 minute. We're going to go to 9:30 again. And this is where we're at right here. Let's mark it. Okay. Make this bigger. As you can see, that candle, usually you mark the candle before it, the 20, at, 9:29. Okay. And then at 9:30, what happened? You got yourself, we call this candle a doji candle, a very indecisive candle because it's not telling you whether it's going up or down, right? It's like, but if you squeeze it, the candle has a small body, wick up, wick down. They didn't tell you what it's doing, right? But look at the candle right after it. Right after it. Okay, this candle is considered a gravestone. So when you see a gravestone, okay, Because if you draw it out, right, like this, it's a gravestone. And when you see a gravestone, you can anticipate the next candle being a lower candle. Okay. So that's the 930 strategy. So you would put in an order for a sell. Then you take this right here, short position. So you're at 930, right? Which is right there. You put a sell order in like this, and you stretch it out for 1 to 3. Look at that. You are in profit because it hit your TP 1 to 3. There you go. So you put an order in, boom, 930, boom, and it hits your TP right there. Okay. That's a 1 minute strategy. Okay. And again, if you're trying to pass a challenge, you could put two orders in, one for a buy, one for a sell. And then immediately sell the, you would, close out the buy because it's not going in your direction. Okay. But you keep the sell going because it is going in your direction. Okay. Now, if you wanted to, if you had more than one orders in, let's say you place 3 orders in, depending on your lot size, depending on your, capital. If you put 3 orders in, you could have closed out one when it hit your TP and let the other two ride out. Okay, because what happened was it actually spiked back up, right? But it didn't close out or hit your stop loss right here. So this is where you would put your stop loss, right? So I'm gonna take this, put a stop loss there, and your TP there, right? First it hit your TP, came back, retraced, right? But didn't stop you out, and then it continued to go lower. And all of this would have been great because all you got to do is just take your stop loss, okay, and move it every time it makes a lower low. You keep moving your stop loss, 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 till eventually, let's say you moved it there, eventually came back and stopped you out, but all of this would have been profit for you. So this would have been, you stretch this out to that red line, would have been a 1 to 12 ratio. Okay. So if you had invested $1,000 in this trade, you made 12 times that by 12, $12,000 right there. Okay. And again, practice these strategies. It's not guaranteed that it's going to happen the way it is because it could spike up, you could lose money. But at 930, the 1 minute strategy, if you're taking a challenge and you want to pass that challenge fast, and I'm going to start using this strategy. It's basically learn to strategy. That's what I'm sharing it with you guys. Come Monday, I'm going to try the strategy at 9:30 because I'm actually in a couple of challenges that I'm taking right now, and I'm going to definitely pass my challenges now. There's always 2 phases you got to pass in a challenge. And if you go to my website, there are going to be some links there that you can actually sign up for a challenge. They're as low as $30 for a $5,000 account, or you can get like a $100,000 account, $200,000 account. You'll pay a little bit more for those accounts. But the goal to passing these challenges is to manage the downside and make sure you set stop losses every time you place a trade. And I'm going to be teaching you guys exactly how to do that next video, maybe next Saturday. I'll show you how to, how I was able to pass a challenge and how you can actually use what I've done to help you pass your challenge. Because it's important to when it reverses and goes against you, close out your account immediately. You don't necessarily have to wait for it to hit your stop loss. You just close out the account. That way you don't lose a lot of money. Because with these challenges, if you go below a certain number, your challenge has failed and they cancel out your account and now you got to buy another challenge. Okay, but if you do pass the challenge, 2 phase challenges, I usually do 2 phase challenges. Phase 1, you got to hit a certain number. When you hit that number, you go to phase 2. You get that number, you get a live account, and then that's when they do a profit split with you. Um, and you can actually share in that profit, like an 80-20, where you'll keep 80% of the money, they keep 20% of the money. The goal for me is to have 3 different challenges earning me $5,000 per challenge, $15,000 a month. That way I can take care, maintain my livelihood and enjoy my retirement. Some of you guys know I'm already retired. I'm a job, and I do this pretty much full time. And I love teaching, I love sharing, I love, giving you guys some pointers and ideas on how to approach the market and so on and so forth. So I wanted to share that strategy with you guys. Um, but I want to also do the analysis of gold before I close out the video. So let's go to gold down and let's see how we can analyze gold for next week. What can we anticipate? Because a lot has been going on with gold. You guys probably already know that. So we start off with the higher time frames. Again, I pretty much look at the higher time frames and I take a look to see what trend the market's in. So this looks like it's an uptrend, but if you look at the very top of the market, you see a couple of doji candles. That means reversals. That means it's it hit its high and is pretty much being exhausted. Where now it's going to start to maybe come down and fill these gaps that we see in the market. Again, you could place your gaps or find your gaps by looking at the candles that don't meet, like this candle here, okay, and this candle here, although it came back and filled a gap, so that was a gap. So this wick right here filled the gap. But let's see if we can find another gap. There was another gap here, a fair value gap. And again, this candle came down and filled the gap and went up. So you always place an order whenever you see a retracement and it fills a gap based on the trend, because this is an uptrend. You always place your orders for a buy on the retracement. You don't want to place your orders on top of the candles because that's you want to buy low, sell high. So when it retraces, that's when it's at its lowest point, and that's where you place your order to sell higher. Okay. So, but it's at the top now, right? Now at the top, you see a couple of doji candles. That's pretty much telling you it's going to be reversal. So anticipate reversal. Okay. So if we were to take the last candle right here and mark it up, right, like that, from the wick to the wick, it's the last candle that I want to focus on, right? This doji candle. And now I'm going to go down to the 4 hour and see what's going on within that area, right? Because that's a daily candle. And it's what? How many candles? 24 hours in 8 hours, right? All right. So you got each one of these candles are 4 hour candles. So how many? Sorry. Question is, how many 4 hour candles are in 24 hours? That was a daily, right? So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? So this is okay. Let's see. It's Friday. I'm going to focus on Friday. Thursday, 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 Friday. So Friday, 21st, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 times 4, 16, right? Okay, and so we're starting with Friday. Now, I want to do Thursday. Let's do Thursday. I'm sure we're Thursday. Thursday to Friday. Right there. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 candles, right? Eight candles. Eight times four. Okay. That's 32. Okay. Okay. My bad. My bad. It's six candles times four is 24. Right. So we want to focus on six candles that give you one full day. All right. So we start with Thursday. One, two, three, four, five, six. Okay. So here, one, two, three, four, five, six, right here. So we look at these candles. Okay, we saw that it was we're still in an uptrend, but as you can see, there's a little pullback right here. It's a pullback, right? There's a whole entire pullback happening. Then you have a doji candle here, and it couldn't make a higher high, right? No higher highs. So you can anticipate, right? If you take the last candle, take the last candle, go down to the 1 hour. What do you see? You see this candle right here, which is a bearish engulfing candle, which is telling you that there is going to be a change in direction from uptrend to downtrend. And as you can see, these candles here did not make a higher high, did go above these candles. So now you continue to go lower to the 15-minute, and then you see another doji right there, which is another clue that the market is reversing, going in another direction. Okay? That's why it's important to understand what these candles are, because now you can anticipate it going lower because look at the last candle here. The last candle on the chart is a hammer. A hammer is also a candle that tells you the direction when the market's going. So you can anticipate a reversal here. Okay, because remember the high is over here. Okay, the high is over here. If we stretch this out, we can see a pattern. It's important to understand what patterns are as well. And the pattern that I see here is left shoulder, neckline, head and shoulder pattern. Okay, which pretty much is a reversal pattern that tells you the market's going lower. You see that? Okay, so you would pretty much mark this up and notice that it couldn't make a higher high to go above the head. It just kept going up to the point where the neck is and bounced off the neck and made lower lows. Okay, and you also got to look left over here to see if these candles are lower than what you see over here to also tell you that it's going to be reversal. There was a high over here, right? There was a high over here. And what happened? These candles started dipping lower below that line and then come back and it kept touching it, but couldn't make a higher high because the seller stepped in. The seller stepped in on the right shoulder. Sellers took control of the market, and the buyers couldn't get it back up there. The sellers kept taking control, taking control, taking control. So I anticipate next week that the sellers are going to be in control of the market next week to take some profit off the top because gold is at an all-time high. Okay. And when you have an all-time high, people who bought gold at these high levels are looking to sell their gold back into the market. Okay, that's why you have these retracements. That's why you have a change in the market because people are looking to make profit because they bought it up here and now they want to just get some profit and sell it back to the market, and people are gobbling it up and so on and so forth. So um, definitely pay attention to this. because I anticipate gold to do one of these numbers. And this is just a prediction, it's not a guarantee. That if you see something like this, you want to consider placing sell orders. That way you can take advantage of gold. And then what you do is you place your order and you put your take profit at the next level, okay, of support. Okay. So down here, the gold continues to do its thing. As you can see, the head and shoulders really, really on the 1 hour. You can actually see the head and shoulder pattern a lot better. Okay, this is what it looks like. I'm gonna do that again, but you guys get the gist of it. Make it a little bit better so you guys can see what the neckline is. Okay, so that's your head and shoulders pattern right there. And as you can see, you know, every one of the time frames is showing your head and shoulders. So when you see a head and shoulders in one time frame, you can see the head and shoulders in another time frame. Okay, so when you see something like this, you see it's a reversal. Okay, and this is the next level of support right here, and that's where you replace your take profit. So if you take your tool out, right, which is this tool right here, short position, you place your order at the bottom of this candle, you put your stops right at the neckline, a little bit above the neckline, and you stretch this out to the next level of support. You have a ratio of 1.36, 1 to 1.36. Um, or if you want to stretch it out to 1 to 3, you can see 1 to 3 would be right here. Your 1 to 3, which is at this area. See how the bottom of this area was the consolidation? This is where you would place your um, TP, take profit. I normally would take it right here and say, hey, I'd rather it get to this point because if it doesn't go below this area and bounces off like it did over here, then at least I want to make sure I made some money. So this is about a 1 to 2.12 ratio. Okay, so that's what I would be looking for come Monday or Sunday when the market opens. But is this a guarantee? No, because the market may do something totally different. It may not even continue its downward trend. It may just bounce off this trend line and continue its journey higher. So you have to make sure you watch it carefully. You could do one of these numbers. Okay, so the direction of the market is two ways, up or down, or it can consolidate and go sideways. So those are three directions of the market. So you gotta stay plugged in, watch the market, understand and read the candles, and then place your trade accordingly. Next week we're going to talk about strategy. We're going to talk about what to look for when placing your orders, where to place your stops, where to place your take profits, okay, and how to manage your money. We'll be diving into that content next week. So with that being said, I want to thank you guys for watching the video. If you have any questions or concerns, you can always reach out to me. Put a comment in the description in the comment area. But yeah, we watched the video, gave you three solid two strategies, but yet an analysis, which is this is what I do. So if you guys appreciate the video, give a thumbs up and share the video with your colleagues and say, hey, there's another perspective. Take a look at this. And then you can have a conversation with your fellow Forex trader and see if you can actually implement some of the strategies that I shared with you guys in this video. So with that being said, if you ever subscribe. Thank you for subscribing. To all those who have subscribed, appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for subscribing to the channel. And I will share another Forex Bootcamp training next week, Saturday at 12 p.m. Have a great trading week, everybody. Take care. Bye.